Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where last episode, Lloyd's group continued through the underground freight line until they found EDF soldiers blocking the track, so they looked for a way around them in a side passage filled with monsters. Our journey to the Rhineford military factory now continues on.
No, don't worry, I know the difference. I'm just in Crossbell and Redhead guy.
Very nice. We made it to the other side.
If we keep going north, we'll reach the station for the military factory.
We're not out of the woods yet, so be sure not to let anyone spot you.
Yes, I agree. Agate's hair is a more radiant red. Hello? How close are we allowed? They aren't aware of us yet. And let's slip to the military factory before they do. Damn it. They're very bad guards, though, if they didn't guard the side passage. But it's like the mixed signals this guy gives. Does he not realize that the caring kind of thing might be misconstrued? Just a tad. Should we continue a course the main story to advance? It will also not be possible to go any further in Lloyd's story for a brief period. We're both stuck here then. And here we go. That felt like... the mirror's reacting again. But to what? Oh, you remember that now. We're off to see another route. We can't stay on a route for a couple of hours at this point in time, can we? We are just always told to bosh him out. Locked, and not. So... with our Crossbell advanced up and under Mines Mountain Path, we now split off into a completely different situation and location. But we have horses or something better to get around with. We're going to Nord, right? Nord Highlands time. It's time to talk about the wind. Be funny if he's not there, actually. March 18th at Valflame Palace, former Chancellor's office. Thank you for giving us so much of your time today. I appreciate you helping us attend to the aftermath of recent events. Of course, we couldn't turn a blind eye after seeing it for ourselves. We feel investigating the coup d'etat further is our responsibility as much as anyone's. We've rounded up most of the people involved by now, though, haven't we? I believe you have. And with Princess Alfin and Lisa's assistance, we were able to look into suspicious relatives of fellow students as well. There are some suspects still at large, but it's only a matter of time before they're in custody. I'm so pleased I was able to help. Our classmates seemed genuinely shocked to learn what their relatives were up to. Can't say I blame them. We think they could hold off on the crazy until things in Crossbell calm down. But the timing's on point since the EDF showed up here too. I would assume they're linked, yes. I'd been aware that some in the army were opposed to the ceasefire and subsequent downsizing of the military. But it's frustrating to not have seen the extent of their opposition coming until after they made their move. Can't blame yourself for this, Representative. Besides, maybe this works out better. Gives you the chance to take out the obvious trash instead of sniffing it out for yourself. That's true. So many of them confirmed to be in custody, we shouldn't have to worry about the capital for a while now. Plus, the information we got will make it easier for Dad and General Van Dyke to take action. We each have our burdens to bear here, so it's best to focus on what you can do as the current head of our nation. I'm sure Macius is also doing what he can in Crossbell. Indeed, you've hit the nail on the head. I don't have time to dwell on past mistakes or what I should have done with Crossbell as it is, and the Prince and Lady are still missing. Yes. Alright, I think we've covered all we can on the coup d'etat problem. Let's turn our focus on the other big issue we need to think about. Rufus. It's not possible for him to be both near the capital and running Crossbell at the same time. So then who did we see? You said you requested an investigation into that, right, Milliam? Yep, while we were taking care of the coup stuff, you should be about...
My apologies for the delay.
Just the gal we need. What's the word, Claire?
Well, it took longer than I'd hoped, but this information came directly from our sentries near the border. They confirmed that Crossbell's new supreme leader never left the state while C was active.
Then he wasn't lying.
Yeah, there really are 2 Rufuses.
But how is that possible?
It isn't. It's preposterous, even. Or so I would say had we not seen him in the flesh.
He played us enough to be the real thing.
He sure did. First he calls himself C and sets things up so we'd make our way to the capital. Then he gets us to take care of that coup for him, while he gets away with whatever info the EDF provided him.
Using every means at his disposal has always been his way. And this was no exception.
Then are we in agreement that the Rufus in Crossbell isn't the real one?
The evidence seems to point that way at present. Perhaps it is also my hope that it points that way.
I doubt it, since I'm inclined to agree. Rufus acting the way the Supreme Leader does after what he went through doesn't make as much sense to me. You had to have had an effect on him in some way at the Imperial Fortress, Eustace.
I would like to believe that as well. Have you learned anything more about the 3 children accompanying him?
We're still looking into them, I'm afraid.
I know our side can't talk, but they were strong as hell for being kids.
All I can confirm from my end is that no record of them exists in the Intelligence Division's database.
2 underground for even the ID to pin down means it'll be extra tough for us.
It's best to assume they and whoever was controlling the airship are hired help.
It should have been impossible for your friends to win. Eustace, members of Class 7, please, tell me why.
It's because you refuse to rely on anyone but yourself. We won't be getting anywhere wondering what he's up to here. I propose we move on using the one lead he provided.
If you wish to know what befell the Courageous Two, make for the Nord Highlands.
Do you feel you can trust his word enough to warrant going to the Highlands, Rean?
If anything else, I did get the impression that he is actively against the Supreme Leader. There's likely some ulterior motive behind telling us that lead. But Eustace is right that we should use it. Especially if there's any chance we can help Crossbell in the process.
I'll respect your decision, of course, but...
Some of us will have to remain in the capital. The aftermath of the coup d'etat requires some attention before it can be considered resolved.
I'll stick around for it. May as well see it through. It'd be good to hit up the entertainment district and the Bracer Guild for info while I'm here too.
Gaius is in the middle of an investigation of his own in Nord, I think. There should be enough people if you meet up with him and anyone else who's up east.
Musse is also planning to travel from the branch campus to join him. But will that be enough under the circumstances?
Then will we suffice?
Huh?
Kurt! And...
Hello there again. Sounds like you've been making some headway into the investigation.
About your lead. Since our father is still occupied in the west, we will be accompanying you in his stead. May we Vanders be of great service.
The next morning, Musse arrived as planned from Leaves and reunited with the group. They then waited for the freight train, which Claire had arranged to take them to Nord to depart. We are going to be transferring onto an RMP train partway through the trip. We should hopefully reach Zender Gate around noon. That'll be great, then we can start our investigation right away. Thank you all for coming to see us off. I apologize for showing up so suddenly and creating all this disarray. Not at all. I was glad to have the opportunity to see you again. I'm sure my brother's disappearance must be weighing heavy on your heart too, Lieutenant Colonel. My worries pale in comparison to the heartache you must feel, Your Highness. Rest assured that I will do all I can to put you at ease as soon as possible. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. I'm counting on you too, Musse. Of course, I will take good care of our dear instructor in your and Elise's stead. Oh, but don't fret. I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my work. Is this really the time?
What's wrong? Our group is pretty stacked for this, so I don't think you need to worry.
I am worried, but not about that. We all refrained from voicing our concerns yesterday, but you're not going to take on too much to compensate for what those soldiers said, are you? The ones from the underground.
You're a filthy traitor, Ashen Chevalier! So many of us joined the army to follow in your footsteps, only for you to trample all over our ambitions. You couldn't possibly understand the frustration of those who died in that war, or even those left behind. It's time you took responsibility for your actions.
It's true. Their words did affect me. They reminded me that for some, the war never really ended.
Try to see them as the exception they are.
Exactly. That isn't your fault, Rean.
I know. But it's also not something I can turn a blind eye to. It's only by understanding one another that we will be able to move forward. At least, that's what I think now.
We just don't want to let that consume you.
Everyone in the Imperial Army bears that responsibility, myself included.
None of us here want you to shoulder that burden alone. Isn't that right? Altina? Musse?
Oh, absolutely. Class 7 is and will always be about supporting one another. I think they've echoed my sentiments. Well then, have a safe journey. If there are answers to be found in Nord, then I know you'll find them.
Thanks. Keep us in your thoughts.
The group changed trains as planned and arrived on schedule at the Nord Highlands. There they found several of their friends already waiting for them. It's our rogues gallery then. Intro Act 3, Cruel Blue Skies.
There you are. I hope the trip wasn't too tiring.
Oh!
And here I thought we'd be getting here first.
We just happened to be on the train right before yours.
I'm glad you all arrived safely. And long time no see, Lieutenant Colonel.
Likewise. It's reassuring to have you with us.
We heard about the attempted coup from Major Revelt. It must have been so hard for you, Rean.
You're kind of worried, but I'm fine. Better than fine now that you're both here. All I have to do is see your face, and it's like my heart feels a little lighter.
Then it was worth it, huh? But there's no river I wouldn't cross to find you if you needed me. Though magic makes it simple enough to skip the river crossing route if there was an emergency. So don't you forget that all you have to do is call, and I'll be right there.
Thanks. I won't.
But boy, I'm still finding it hard to believe we have two Rufuses running around now. I'll cross my fingers the lead from the literal lesser of two evils pays off, but we still need to be smart about our approach.
Agreed. There's no telling what could happen. That's all the more reason why we appreciate your and Lady Mildean's attention to this matter.
Oh, I'm more than happy to give it.
Where's Gaius, by the way?
He's gotten a head start investigating in the Highlands, I believe. A soldier gave us a message saying he intends to convene with us at the settlement.
I see. Then we'll head his way once we've greeted the person in charge here.
I believe he's someone you know?
Colonel Dalton of the 23rd Armored Division, yes. I haven't seen him since his division took stewardship of the gate after the war.
Oh, right. It was the 7th that was in charge of Zender up until last year. The 23rd was one of the new divisions created for the war, wasn't it?
Indeed. With all the changes underway in the army, the 23rd has no general at present. But I hear the colonel's done a stellar job of keeping the division unified in the absence of one.
He sounds like someone who'd more than cooperate with our investigation, at least.
I've already informed him of our arrival. We should go and see him right away.
Listen, Rean. Don't go biting off more than you can chew. Being an instructor doesn't mean you have to be the strong one in the group 24/7. I didn't have to be because you were there for me. So that means you don't have to be because I'll be there for you. At least I'll try to be.
You just get it, don't you? Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
Welcome to Zendergate. I've been looking forward to your arrival. I am Dalton, acting commander of the 23rd Armored Division.
It's good to see you again, Colonel. The same to you, Lieutenant Colonel. And it is an honor to finally meet the famous Ashen Chevalier. I have heard much about the Lieutenant Colonel's younger brother, too. I wish I could give you all a more formal reception. Please think nothing of it, sir. Most of us aren't even part of the army, much less deserving of a lavish welcome. I quite agree, and I'm just an inexperienced student. Ah, how modest of you all. I appreciate that. He's surprisingly candid for a colonel. Yes, although I'm sure he must be very capable to have been given command of a whole armored division. What are the 7's exploits since the war has reached even here, Lieutenant Colonel? I hear you have been all over the country helping with the reconstruction efforts under Prince Oliver's leadership. What's more, the Vanders have evidently resumed their duty as guardians of the Imperial family. They don't call you the Ace of the 7 for nothing. I apologize if that sounded at all sarcastic. I did not mean it so. Think nothing of it, sir. I will not attempt to deny my past failings. Still, I am humbled by the honor of serving once more. On the Vander name, I will stop at nothing to prove worthy of it. I feel the same way. Could you tell us what you know about the situation here? Ah yes, you came looking for clues on the prince's whereabouts. I'm aware that you have reason to believe there is something here. So it's true. The opposite, I'm afraid. This region has been positively idyllic since the war ended. The Highlands did turn into a battleground during the conflict, but everything is back to normal here now. I was honestly caught off guard by your conviction that something must be here. That's unfortunate. Still, the intel's fresh, even to us. It's no surprise that nothing's been found yet. Indeed, I've had a lot of work at the watchtower, so I haven't had much time to investigate in this area. In that sense, you might have more luck speaking with the people of the settlement. You may well be correct. Sounds like Gaius is already there, so I say meeting with him should be our first goal. Given the stakes, we intend to fully dedicate ourselves to searching once we have finished getting ready. I've apprised the soldiers stationed at the watchtower of what is going on too, so it may be worth stopping by there. Either way, should you learn anything, please do let me know. I will be happy to send reinforcements if needed. Thanks for your kindness and understanding, sir. We greatly appreciate it. Alright, let's get started with the search then.
It's breathtaking.
Nothing I've heard could have prepared me for just how truly beautiful it is.
It's your first time here, huh?
It is. I've been really looking forward to it. If only the other 3 could be here to see it. Words don't do it justice.
They really don't. I wish I could have let you first see it under lighter circumstances.
It feels like only yesterday that we came here as part of our field studies.
It's moving to think that this is where our ancestor took up arms to fight at Dreikel's side.
It's held a special place in my heart beyond our ancestry, since our uncle and I were stationed here. Regardless, I will make for the watchtower and set about gathering information there. You should stick to your original plan and reunite with Gaius at the settlement.
I'm alright with that, but
Are you sure it's wise to go alone? I think it'd be better if I came with you.
I know how capable you are, Kurt, but there's no need to worry about me. As a soldier, I'll have a much easier time operating in a military facility. Should anything happen, however, I will be in touch. Take care.
I hope he's going to be all right.
I imagine that the prince's disappearance must be weighing heavily on him.
I had the chance to briefly speak with him about that on the train, actually.
I wanted to accompany them on their honeymoon, but Olivier insisted I not go. I got the impression he wanted to give me some time off to honor the war's end. Of all the times that idiot had to go and put my needs first.
I see. I think you're all worrying a little too much about him. We're talking about one of the finest soldiers in the Imperial Army, up there with Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. You should know better than anyone that he isn't the kind of man to act rashly in times like these. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm sure he generally believes this to be the best course of action. It would be wise to mirror his conviction. Yeah, let's get moving. We need to change these around a bit. Apparently the settlement is currently in the same location it was when Emma and I visited during our field study. If we travel north from here, we should see it before long. We don't want to keep Gaius waiting. No, we don't. Right, we can ride horses. So there's been a fair few things I wanted to say throughout this. Intelligence Division don't know of 3 of 9. Nor do anyone in our party which would have literally read them. They were the books of a... So they would know. So that's just like... Guys, come on. The Intelligence Division has to monitor popular fiction as well. If, like, it's often a thing that assassin organizations put it out as a kill marker. You must be monitoring this. Someone must be able to, like, kind of, like, get a bit of a hint, I guess, from everything that's gone on. Obviously not. Then we've got the... I just thought, Mueller, you weren't with them because they wanted to... They were on honeymoon, guy. They don't want you underfoot. Oh, they were thinking about me. No, Olivier is thinking about him. A bottle of really expensive wine and getting drunken under the table and then just dragged into a bed. Probably. And yeah, Emma. Also, Sarah, stop trying on with Emma just there. God. Horse riding. While in Nord, press L2 and X to ride a horse. You don't think the two of them through the airship alone, do you? Why not? I don't know. Press circle to dismount the horse. Press square near the horse to change ride settings. That's what we gotta do. To battle monsters, you must come into contact with them or approach them and press X. Salt tax cannot be used on a horse. Okay. This is not how this works. There we go. Excellent. We have switched things around in the appropriate fashion. Will I skill everything in Nord? Well, that's kind of what I do, isn't it? It'd be nice to have, like, a detection course at this point. There's an event over here. Extra. We've also got to, like, sort out some people's stuff, because the party will probably want to be running is somewhere along this. Depending on not if these two have arcs boost or not. Towards each other. So you have auto charge. So no one has arts boost. Disappointing! Okay, so if that's not going to work then, I guess they don't really need to be together. It's a shame. Okay, equipment-wise. Of course, because we share everything. We've got your dodge up a fair bit. We have that death blow thing. That's on someone else, though, now. I want it. It's got extra dodge on it. 35% dodge. Oh, you've had your clothes changed. 45% dodge. Not bad, not bad.
Percival there now, too. Asterod. I want some extra ATS in time here. I've got no accuracy, Kurt. Why did this happen? On evade 1. Do we not have an evade 2 yet? Obviously not. Oh, we do on some people. Okay, why have you got a mind 1? Much better. Albion Wolf. So you got Morgan boosts arts damage with lower HP. And Diva evades enemies' art damage. Then you've got Virgo, offensive arts deal critical damage, and evading damage boosts counterattack strength. You got Sirius on? Why have you got Sirius on? Oh, you need rage as well, don't you? I guess that would make sense. We're still better on other people. Ones that can evade. Oh, that's got accuracy. There we go. Good job. Don't need that. You're not using arts. Stop that. You need big attack damage. Where am I going to get that for you? Increases damage dealt by criticals? Maybe? Counter power? But just increasing damage as a whole is not a bad idea. So anything that increases strength more. To me, like, maybe Gungnir is probably the way to play it at the start. I don't know. Then we'll power you up bit by bit as we go along. Hopefully. Mr. Dodge. Check what Gungnir does. Boosts critical damage, yeah. Increase damage dealt by criticals. What? That's why I looked at it through. What? I'm confused. For you, boost arts damage with lower HP. You've got a weird one now. Why have you changed the... You weren't fire before. You've changed up quite a bit here. Offensive arts still critical damage 30%. I mean, I don't need it there. That's fine. I don't need that. Just need to figure out what I want for... Obviously not that. So I have a Pixie for recovering stuff. And I mean, you're better for Pixie as well. I think. I say things like, you're definitely better off. It's like, nah. That's not really true, is it? It's a little bit more into it than that. Yeah, we need to kind of like see some stuff. So we're supposed to be heading to a settlement. There's no point in going back to Zender Gate right now. We need to make for the settlement. Oh, okay. We're not allowed to go back then. Well, let's head off and...
Right. Let's go.
Yes.
Right. Can I go faster?
Yeah.
Whee!
Amazing. I've never seen plains so vast.
It's like we're afloat in a sea of green. Words can't do justice to its beauty.
We had the same reaction as students.
I like it even more now that there aren't as many monsters as before.
Oh.
Yeah, the Armored Division's done a bang-up job keeping the Highlands clean. Now we can ride straight through.
I mean, we're not gonna. I was like looking around because, of course, if we don't check out everywhere, we'll miss treasure chests. Surely.
Sam! Let's get him!
So we've got to get around places.
Fiercest fire! Blazing swarm!
Oh, these guys have a cool look to them.
Cut through! Now!
I'll help!
Let's go.
I mean, you better. That's what I pay you for.
Strike!
All right. Analyzing enemy unit. I see now.
These are Hypnotoads, a rotund toad monster signaled by sudden fatigue. Sure. A mindful eater, it lulls its meals to sleep before savoring every bite.
I'm here.
That was a critical scan there. So they are good against that, and they're so-so against wind.
I'm going.
We did not kill them as much as I wished to. That's for definite.
Yeah! A chance!
Too slow.
Here to play.
So you're not going next. It's you in the back.
Let's go!
Got him! My turn.
That's
Spears is
very
fire.
welcome. Thank you very much.
Blazing swarm! Let's go. Strike! Let's go. Ha! That's the power of the 8 leaves.
You just whack them with a sword. Powerful. And we need to get our battles to get people level up. Kurt's only level 104. My goodness. Well, he'll be able to get some experience from this. Mercurius earned damage increased by counterattacks is now up 25% more. And inside stats when battle begins, HP is low, lasts for 1 turn. Yeah, okay. We need to get some battles in just to level people up. Of course, we've got our special drugs that we can use, I guess. Probably not the right thing to say. We'll call them. But we do have them if needed. Where'd my horse go?
Right, let's go.
Yes!
I mean, horse straight up abandoned me. Right, so where am I supposed to go? Down there, but there's an extra over there, so...
Victory is clear!
Let's fight what we can
Fierce
fight.
as fire. Blazing swarm.
Nice that you start with insight, but that only really actually helps.
Cut through. Now.
I'll help.
My turn.
If they attack us first.
Strike.
I'm going.
Just to point that out.
Analyzing enemy unit. Analysis complete.
A dangerous bird monster always on the hunt. It stalks its prey and waited the opportune moment to snatch them away with its talons. There's nowhere for me to upgrade my stuff either. Which is kind of disappointing. Fire's the most powerful here. I have fire. Oh, I can only target directly on them. Suction, mute 120%.
No, leaving so soon.
Penta-shot! It's time! Attack!
No, hit Kurt.
Not today.
Oh, never mind. Kurt got you anyway.
All right.
Fierce as fire. Blazing swarm.
I'm going.
We have anyone with the stuff. So what do you have got? Vorpal Flare. Eclipse Edge. Sodium Blessing still for the heal. Element stat down. KO. CP plus 40. Does that work on you too? No, it deliberately doesn't target you. But it's if you to everyone else. So that's pretty good.
Dark blades. Aim true.
I've frozen.
I'll help.
Very well. I'm up.
Such is life.
Crimson Flash. All right. Nice work, team.
Battle completed. We've gone into Rufus Albuquerque camera mode. And now Nord stretches out in front of us to continue to explore. So let's get back on my horse.
Right. Let's go.
Yes.
And fix the camera for a second. With the power of editing, right? My face is back on go. Because luckily it was in battle and not during a big event like last time. You know what I mean? The annoying times that was.